those of you who have the 2017 Ford Super Duty, you know what a challenge this new receiver hitch is. They just did not engineer where the safety chains hook on. So I think I've got a solution to that. I see some people hanging D-ring shackles and things like that. I just didn't want nothing flopping around on the back of mine, so I came up with a solution using machined eye bolts. These eye bolts are from Crosby. Here's the part number in case you're interested. It's a 3/4 by 2 machined eye bolt, and there's 2 of them. You're also going to need 4 heavy hex 3/4 10 nuts, and you're going to need 2 USS flat washers, 2 3/4 SAE flat washers, and 2 thick 7/8 washers where you grind one side off. So the reason for the grinding of a side is what we're going to do is we're going to sandwich that washer in between the 2 nuts. In doing so, and I'll actually take one of the nuts and I'll show you. So by taking, what essentially we're going to do is, if you look at the hitch, you see that the face plate behind it is welded to a lower plate, and in order for this to have the proper pull, I want to capture the front plate and the back plate if your safety chains were to come in use. So in order to do that, take the heavy hex nut and stick it up through here, and when you put it in here, it fits exactly, so there's no wiggle room whatsoever. On the back side, the nut is actually flush with the piece that's in the bottom. So once you stick that in there, let me demonstrate where this 7/8 thick washer comes in. Is assuming this is threaded into this nut, I'll just demonstrate that. This washer is going to go behind it like this. It's ground so that the washer, when it's at the bottom of the threads, is the same height as the side of this nut right here. So when you put this through, this is going to go up to the top. This bottom part of the washer is what's going to catch this bottom piece of the framing here. So when you put this in, just take this off. So we're going to take the SAE washer, USS washer, and we're going to thread this in here like this. As you feel the threaded portion coming through the nut, and put it just enough where it comes through that flat washer that we have behind it, we're going to take the second nut, we're going to put it up there behind the flat washer, and as we thread this, we want to catch that second nut. Let me get it in there. So we caught the second nut, and we're going to go ahead and tighten it up. No need for a wrench at this point. Once it's tightened, this nut cannot come off because the top of the nut rides on the frame, so it can't move. So once we get it where you want it, you can take this bar, just a standard breaker bar or anything, and give it tight to where you want it. One thing I should probably add too is that you can clock these any way you want. You may have to take the nut out and turn the nut 90 degrees, so when you tighten it, you get it to how you want it. I decided to put mine horizontal as opposed to vertical to alleviate any frustration you might have with your hitch pin. So, but that's the finished look, guys. Thanks for watching.